Okay, here we go. We are officially recording. So here we are. We are on our fourth Zoom call. Oh my goodness. I can hardly believe that we are at this point already where we've had four of these calls, and we are like 2 weeks into this fully of what has been going on for the last 2 weeks. And I'm going to say it again, as I was saying before I started recording, that I am so blessed that you gals have taken this journey with me. I was just sharing with someone before I came on to this Zoom tonight about, he said, what is that all about? What are you doing? And I shared with them the story about Eric Worre saying, see it done, and the download. And it kind of just snowballed from there of a journey that I knew that I had to go on in order to have the boldness, the belief in myself to take this burst that he was challenging us to. And now you're all on here with me. And what I was saying is that I am so thankful that you've held my feet to the fire. And there's times that I've just felt like, do I really want to go through my I ams or, visualizations or play this recording in my ears? I kid you not. I thought of you guys and I'm like, yes, I'm going to do it. This is so worth it. I am absolutely going to continue this on. And because how many of you, with a nod that I can see you, how many of you I have to stand. I am such a stand and talker. How many of you have experienced that, what are you doing that for? That is absolutely not going to work. That is just absolute wasting your time silliness, and you're just like, nah, you know what? Just carry on and do the best you can. I don't think there's one person not nodding on this screen right now. Oh, man, I was like, you are exactly why we're doing this. I mean, isn't it true? It's like, you are caught again. You are exactly why we have to continue. You know what it let me know? I'm not done. I've got more work to do. But you know what? We got more work to do. We can do this. And I know it is. And tell me, and I was thinking about, for those of you that do, and again, sorry, I kind of call it my Zoom. So if I want to talk about God, I can. So I'm going to. So, I just look at it, and I was talking to this other guy earlier, and he was kind of stuck on kind of this visualization and I am stuff. And I'm like, listen, when you picked up that little daughter of yours and you said, you are beautiful, would you want her to go, no, I'm not. I'm not beautiful. I'm not smart. You want to look at your little girl and you want your little girl to go, I am smart. I am beautiful. I am successful. I said, wouldn't you want that for your daughter? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, don't you think that our Father God, our Daddy God wants the same for us? I'm a daughter of God. I'm a daughter of the Most High God. He's okay with me saying I'm successful. He's okay with me believing I'm smart. So, sorry, I just had to preach a little bit. Just made me there. So there. But what this let me know this last couple days was that I'm not done. I have to press through. Because those little voices were trying to pop up and like, you know what, just be lazy today. It's okay. If you take a day off, it's fine. Just get back to it tomorrow. And I pushed it off. There's some mornings I did not get up in the morning right off the bat and do my thank yous. And I had to do it late in the afternoon or catch up in the afternoon or the evening, but I just felt like it was because you were there. And the responsibility of knowing that we're doing this together truly has held my feet to the fire. And until these things are all done, these paradigms are changed, I'm thankful you're here for me. So I'm saying thank you to you, seriously. So I'll share one or two stories that I have for this week. But Kelly chimed in and she goes, I got something I'd love to share and I want to hear. We have two people that did actually chime in. For those of you that didn't maybe see the request, I'd asked in the group, does anybody have anything to share that you just feel like that because of what I'm doing, this happened, and I know this change, or this was a direct result of what I'm doing. and 2 of you have spoken up. So Kelly, I'm going to ask you to go first. So pop off your mute and talk to us. Tell us what happened. I can't wait to hear. I'm going to mute myself and our dogs.
Awesome. Well, thanks. Hi, everybody. This is so awesome. I've been looking forward to this. So a couple things I want to tell you. First of all, I pulled out my Think and Grow Rich book after we saw Bob Proctor, and I started with the chapter called Decision that he suggested, which in my book, it's chapter 8. And one of the things that I read in that today just said that it says, keep your own counsel when you begin to put into practice the principles described here by reaching your own decisions and following them. Take no one into your confidence except the members of your mastermind group. And be very sure in your selection of this group that you choose only those who will be in complete sympathy and harmony with your purpose. And that's what we've done here. And I thought that was so cool, Becky. So that was really great today. So really quick, I've been doing the affirmations and doing the recordings, and guys, I have been doing this kind of work for, I guess it's 9 years that I've been in this just personal development, pouring myself in. I've walked on fire. I have seen everybody, I've done all that stuff, and it really has helped me. But I'm telling you, just since we've all kind of gotten in this oneness, and I've never recorded my I am statements. I've written them, carried them around in my purse. I've had them on my computer in the past. But recording them in your own voice is really, really interesting. And I don't like my voice recorded. I don't know many people who do, but I will tell you, when I start hearing myself say those things, something shifts in my mind. So I've been doing that. Well, one of the things that I wrote down, which is what Becky told us from Bob Proctor, was, I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources and on a regular basis. So I've been saying that. Pretty much LifeVantage is my income. I do this full time. It's my residual income. So I've been saying it and thinking it. Well, guys, I think it was Wednesday, I went to my mailbox. This is so crazy. And there was a brown manila envelope addressed to me. And I pulled it out and I was like, what in the world? And it was from my employer, my last employer that I ever worked, my interior design company that I worked for, which has been at least 14 years. Okay. I got this certificate in there about my money that I've had vested in 401k, which I have completely forgotten about. Okay. They have not sent out these certificates in about that many years. I totally didn't know I had that, forgot about it, whatever. It was the wildest thing ever. Because it was this multiple source of income that I didn't know that I had. And I thought, that is so crazy. So it was really great, found money. And it from a source I never thought. So keep on keeping on, guys. It's going to happen. There's been a couple other crazy things, but that was really crazy. You're muted. Unmute.
Mute my audio. Oh my gosh, that is like, I'm just like squealing over here. So for those of you that didn't hear, and most of I think of you are caught up, Kelly, you're talking about the one that says, I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Right? Is that the one you were talking about, Kelly?
That's exactly it. Yeah, and
I had posted that little thing that I got, this like commission money that they didn't pay me enough commission. I was like, whoa!
Yeah, so it's crazy.
It is. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, that's terrific. Okay, so Miss Sherry Custer, there she is. Okay, unmute. Come on, talk to us. You have something you want to share too.
Hello there. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, so first off, I just have to point out, this is beautiful. This is not pretty. I'm in gratitude for a beautiful place that I get to live. So I just have to point this out. Okay, so it was really, so first off, I just have to share just a little bit of background because my story won't make any sense. I've been a giver. I've been that person, happy, always to give, always to give, always to give, always to give. And everything from a compliment to stuff. My husband said my tombstone was always going to read, she gave it all away. And after Elite Academy, I kind of had a little a moment in the hotel room right afterwards, and I was just kind of in a downward kind of, and it was like Elite Academy was amazing, but I was in doubt. I was in doubt of myself, and thank God I had Becky as a roommate, and she had been teaching me about the I am statements. Well, I started those I ams even before we started this paradigm thing, but what I really realized was, when I shifted in stating things like she's telling us to state, is, you know, state things in the positive. And I have a little bit of a little training tool I'll give all of you guys about how to state things that may not necessarily feel like it's real. But anyway, I've been doing that, and I've been doing what we were asked to do on this. I've literally been writing I ams every day in the morning. I love that. From the book, The 4 Agreements. I'm doing my best. That's one of the 4 agreements. I'm doing my best. And so far I'm doing really good. I love that part of this whole thing is it is creating accountability. One of the things that I was not doing well at that I am doing better at is creating kind of a flow and a format and accountability. So I like that. But what was really crazy is this week I am doing all my I ams, and I am powerful. I am confident. Wonderful things happen to me. I get to say kinds of, you know, when I do the gratitude things, I say things like, you know, I'm happy and grateful that wonderful things come into my life. I'm happy and grateful that wonderful people come into my life. I'm happy and grateful that, and, you know, those types of things. And this week I literally was one day I ran into some friends. I was in Home Depot, and I ran into somebody I haven't seen in so long. And this was a guy who was one of our strong business builders. And all of a sudden he just starts telling me, he's like, oh my God, I cannot believe I just ran into you. I was thinking about you guys. And he doesn't even live anywhere near us. And boom, there he is. And he says, we have to sit down. He says, I'm about ready to have a baby. Life is changing. I need to get back into the business. I need to do something. Oh my gosh, that's great. Well, I left there, had to go to Target, ran into Target, and again, ran into somebody else who doesn't live anywhere near us. And again, same type of thing. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I ran into you, so forth, so on and on and on and on. Well, she also is somebody that I know has got a lot of stuff going on in her life. And she says, I have some time to kill between this and this. And I said, well, are you going to have lunch? She said, yeah. I said, well, I'll go sit down with you. I didn't need any lunch. I had already eaten lunch. But we went into Chipotle, and I thought, oh, chips and guac. You can't turn up guacamole, right? So I ordered some chips and guac for myself. I get to the checkout, and the girl goes, you're all good. And I said, oh, no. I said, the chips and guac, that's mine. I have to pay for it. She goes, oh, no. You're all taken care of. They're on us. And I went, why? And she says, well, I don't know. Maybe you deserve it. And I went, oh, what? And she's just like, she goes, well, apparently. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, really? And I sat there so excited about these chips and guac that I just got for free. And I'm like, oh my God. And I took them. I said, thank you. Normally I would have gone, oh, no, don't do that. Let me pay. But I took them in gratitude. Sat down with my friend who needed an ear. I love her dearly. She's all excited about, you know, what we're doing even here. She says, I can't jump on yet, but she will. But the whole thing is that was amazing. I was in awe. Well, then I had to leave there and go back over to Home Depot because Blair says, I forgot something. Will you go pick it up? I go into Home Depot, have my $5 ready to check out to buy my little things. And it rings up. And I said to the guy, I go, wait a second. I said, did you miss ringing up on him? He goes, no, you're getting a $1 discount today. I go, why? And he says, well, you must deserve it. And awesome. I just sat there. And guys, I want to tell you, I looked up and I said, thank you. And even if it's just the little message that reminds me that what you ask for, you will receive. And I walked out to my car. I got into my car as fast as I could, bawled my eyeballs out, and I said, thank you for the $1. Thank you for the guacamole. I will take it. And I will take all the gifts,
Lost you.
I will take all the gifts. I know, I'm back again. Sorry, my alarm was going off. And so the opening of the door to receive is so important, and being in gratitude. So my little tip is this. A beautiful woman named Margiela Prandy taught me this lesson. And she says, when you start to say your grateful statements, and she talked about them in affirmations, sometimes it's hard to get that concept into, believing it. And I know Becky talked about this on one of the other Zooms. Well, one of the things that Margie taught me is start with a statement that you can believe. And so if you're going all the way to I'm a multimillionaire, and I'll kind of walk you through it, it's just, okay, so you want to say, I am happy and grateful and thankful that money flows from, to me from multiple sources continuously, right? If that's what you want to say. Well, one of the things Margie taught me to do is you start with something you believe. I am happy and grateful and passionate that I have within me the desire to go out and grow. And I'm happy and grateful that because I have that desire to go out there and grow, this is happening to me. And then you keep building upon it. And I won't take up too much time because I know there's some great stuff coming. But if you literally take one statement that you can believe and build upon that and say, because I am doing this, I know that because I am doing this, this is happening to me. And because that's happening to me, this is happening to me. And because that's happening to me, and on and on and on. And within all of that, you literally can build that confidence and that belief that statement of, I'm happy and grateful that whatever you say is in fact true. So I'm thankful for this paradigm group. I'm thankful for, like what you said before, it's like creating accountability. And I love the fact that what you shared, Kelly, too, is, you don't plan for that stuff. You don't plan that, oh yes, you don't have to figure it all out. It just happens. And when you believe that it's going to happen, it happens. And I've been a part of this wonderful company, LifeVantage, now for 5.5 years. And I can't tell you or express to you the way that how do I want to say, I can't get out of my head what I feel in my heart, and the words won't necessarily reiterate, but I hope that you can feel my passion. I have never, ever believed that this is a gift that I can turn around and hand to somebody that literally can empower them to have a business that they can build upon as much as I do today. Mm-hmm. And I will never, ever, ever, ever be able to express in words the way that I feel. So I hope you guys can feel it, and I hope that you guys go out there. And so if it's a shift that you need to have happen in your heart and your mind and your soul, I hope that all of this makes its way to your shift. Thank you so much. I love you.
Thank you, my friend. Mwah. Thank you so much for sharing. That was awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So one more quick share is Amanda. So Amanda, you have something I would love. You know what? I love victories. I love hearing these stories. They help us all. So unmute yourself and share with us what's happened with you, what's been going on with you that you just feel like.
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Yep. Perfect.
Great. Okay. So first of all, I want to thank you for having this group, and you really inspired me. And it's taken a lot to accomplish what a few of us have accomplished in this last week. And we've decided that we were doing a private, book club amongst just a few people in our team. And we decided to make it and go public with it and model it. It's not on the same level, but we're modeling it. We're doing this with the public, and we're doing a book, like a virtual book club on a Zoom. And we've grown from 13 to 52 just because we've been believing that people really need this personal development, and people really need something to believe in. And so we just keep saying, I am so happy and grateful for all of the people who come into my life at the right time. I am so happy and grateful for all the people who are out there that need something to believe in. And it has literally just exploded in just a couple days. It's insane. So yeah, you have helped Alyssa Landis and I, even though she's not on these calls, I share with her a lot what's on here. You have helped her and I decide it was time to take a step in faith and become leaders ourselves instead of staying where we were, because it was stunting our growth.
That is giving me chills all over the body. So that was worth it. Oh my goodness. You know what? And that's what it was about. And you've just now experienced firsthand the power of a choice. and literally choosing because you chose to believe something about yourself that maybe wasn't there before. That's when you know that those limitations are beginning to lift and shift and change, is that at some point you really do just have to make a choice. And you made a choice to go, this is it. This is time. It's time. And I know for the 5 years that I was in another company before I stepped into this one, and especially when I stepped into this one knowing nothing, beliefs about leading anything, or I mean, I was so reliant upon reaching out to Tara and reaching out to my upline and telling me, spoon feed me everything and help me grow. And I felt like a baby. I felt young and insignificant and insecure and inside. And I'm, maybe some of you can relate with that. Maybe some of you can't. And then all of a sudden you just kind of wake up and go, well, no, I'm not. I'm a 54-year-old woman. I'm a 30-year-old woman. I'm a 25-year-old woman. I mean, I'm a 60-year-old woman. Whatever age you are, you just all of a sudden we just wake up, and all that when things start to shift, all of a sudden you just wake up and go, well, I can too do that. Every one of you can absolutely make that choice to step into that new place and go, well, of course I can. And that is, and usually following that is, oh no, you can't do that. That's usually what follows, but that's what we're working on right now. That's what these bumping against these paradigms are, and making that choice to step out. And I was thinking as I was out scootering today, one thing that Bob Proctor has said, not only when he was speaking to us, but one thing he said in some of the following stuff that I've been listening to with him, is that sometimes it takes one little mindset shift. Just one little mindset shift. Sometimes all it takes is to move you in a huge directional change that it could be completely life-changing and life-transforming. Sometimes it's just one. So I'm gonna start there tonight of just kind of bringing that little exhortation about when you're looking at your list of things that we're doing, and we have our long list of I ams and the things that we're visualizing ourselves as becoming, if for 1 minute you feel like this is so much, I have so much about myself that has to change before I can I just kind of want to dispel that a little bit. If there's anybody who's battling with that in any way, that one little shift, one mindset change can completely change your course. And just know that. And when that one thing is solid and strong, and it's gone from here to all the way down into here, you know that a shift and a change has taken place. And it's very important. And I was reviewing again what we've reviewed, and I'm reviewing notes because, one thing that we talked about on Zoom 3 was the law of repetition. Law of repetition. So even some of the things I might say might be repetition, and I'm doing it. And remember, I'm doing it when I'm talking to you guys. I am not here teaching you guys. I'm here preaching to the choir here, this choir. So when I'm talking to you guys and repeating things, I'm not going to lie. I'm being very selfish when I'm saying I review this material and look over it for my own personal growth. I am blessed that any one of you can take a hold of this and go with it and grow and take it and duplicate it over and over again and do it yourself, just like you're doing, Amanda, in the measure that you just feel. And not only that, you're going to get people that aren't in LifeVantage, so God's going to help build your business through what you're doing, right? Hello. That's a big part of it.
Over half of the people in our group are not with Team Heart or LifeVantage.
See?
Over half.
There you go. So you know what? And that's what I believe. When you start removing self-limiting beliefs, guess what? New ideas and inspirations will begin to fall. And you just, downloads from heaven is what I call them. Downloads from heaven will start falling, and you'll have new ideas and things that'll come that will help move your life towards the direction. I think that is directly related, and I'm celebrating that with you. Awesome. So awesome. So a quote that I reread in reviewing some notes, and it's one I hadn't said yet, and it was one during Eric Worre's presentation. He said, was it Eric Worre's or was it? No, it wasn't. This was Bob Proctor. Remember, no more effort is required to aim high in life and to receive abundance and prosperity than is required to accept misery and poverty. I mean, wow. That one kind of was like a poom. Remember, no more effort is required to aim high in life, to demand or receive abundance and prosperity, than is required to accept misery and poverty. No more effort is required. So it's like, I think that's a no-brainer right there, right? That's a no-brainer. How much energy does it take to be miserable? It drains you. Has anybody ever said after they had a big old pity party, woohoo, I feel awesome, I feel empowered? Said no one ever. No. It drains you of everything that's inside of you. So why not take the same amount of energy and go boom with it? I mean, yeah, you don't have to be all hyped up on caffeine all the time like I look like I am. I'm really not. Oh, honestly, I'm not. But I'm just like, when I read that, I'm like, that's so true. And then the other thing, I'm going to say just this one little line. This is just a freebie that we can't manage time. We can only manage activity. Now, this is going to be a good mindset because we kind of get in that mindset of how much time do I have today? I only have this much time to accomplish this or to accomplish that. Now, my dogs are way in the background barking. Are they interfering? Good. Okay. This is close, so I'm hoping that's not interfering too much. Good. So we can't manage time. We can only manage activity. So I want you guys to really just put that one on a piece of paper and take that one to the bank and just download that one. Because what I have found that during my days, I am looking and I'm feeling about my days differently. When I get up in the morning, it's not like, how much time do I have today to do this or that? And because that all of a sudden you kind of go into, I'm stressed out about my time, but I'm actually fitting more activity into my day than I was 2 weeks ago. Not sure what's changed, other than a lot of things have changed. I think some internal dialogue is going on. So I think that we can't manage. We all have the same amount of time, but we can imagine the activity that's going on in that time. So just kind of write that one down somewhere and see what kind of inspiration and thoughts come to you about that one. And if they do, share them with me. I'd like to expound on that one a little bit more and get some more of what you guys think about that. So I'm going to hand that one over to you to really grind on. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit tonight again. I'm going to review something because I think when we're entering in, and I'm going to cut my head off a little bit because you know me, I like to talk about the paradigm under here versus what we're putting up here. So down here, I'm going to go back to that place, those stuck places where our paradigms are still stuck. So I was rereading about that. Your subconscious, when you are putting information into yourself, or when you have already downloaded old data, old tired data that is I'm going to call it a lie, lies that we have believed about ourselves. So let's call that those old paradigms lies, because really, if you don't want it there, then it's a lie about who you are. Okay. So what happens is that the subconscious, it doesn't know the difference between real and fake. It doesn't. And I'll show you why. I kind of got a little aha about this. Think about this, that you believed at one time down here, maybe this was you. Okay, I believed. I'll just use myself, for example, because I don't know all you, but I'll say I did. I actually believed that because I only graduated from high school and I got half a year of half of a year of part of college. And at that, it was Bible college. And so I ended up getting my MRS degree. Have you ever heard of that one? Where you're out of there. I'm Mrs. now. Those of us that have been through Bible school know what the MRS degree is. Some women go there just to get it. Well, I didn't at 18 years old. But anyway, so so think about it. So I'm now at 18 years old. So I'm, 20 years later now. I'm out. I am unfortunately divorced, and now I'm having to go out and make a life for myself. Guess what? I am dumb. I'm not smart. I don't have enough skill. And some of us, like, I'm too poor. Maybe that's something that's inside it. I'm too insecure. I'm too shy. I'm not outgoing enough. I'm too outgoing. All those things. And the truth was, I wasn't dumb. The truth is, I am smart. And so are you. The truth is, it doesn't matter whether you're outgoing or introverted or extroverted, that you can be a success. But I'm too introverted, therefore I can't succeed. The only thing I can do is sit behind a desk and punch keys because I'm too introverted to do anything else, be an entrepreneur or something. Well, that's a lie. But yet you don't know the difference. It's what you believe. Therefore, that's what this kind of line I do. That's what you're manifesting, right? This is what you're living from, that place of belief, even though it's not true. So that subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's true and what's false, what's real and what's not. So what we are doing, again, I reemphasize, just to drill it back into my brain and your brain too, is what we're drilling in it, re-drilling into ourselves through repetition, is the truth about who you are, is the truth about where you're going, is the truth about what you believe. I am this. I am successful. Well, I've never been successful in my life. I've been in poverty. I've lived paycheck to paycheck to paycheck my whole life. And that's all you know. That's your truth. Well, guess what? That can change, because you're going to say, you know what? I can be successful. I live in abundance. I decree and I see myself. I'm so happy and so thankful that I live in abundance. And I'm so happy and so thankful. And don't think you're materialistic. You want your children to have the best of what life could possibly give them. Who are you different? God thinks the same way about you. And you can still say, I am committed. I've never committed to anything. I'm afraid to commit. Well, where is that coming from? Is that really a lie? I'm incapable of committing. Oh, that's really a lie. So now you can say, I am. So we're replacing those things with truth. So I just wanted to re-emphasize that those underlying self-limiting beliefs, they don't know the difference, what's real and what's not. So that's why we are repetitively, continuously going. And I'll tell you what, it's working. That's all I know. It's working. And I want to say this. I might have said this last time, and I'm going to say it again. Where is your there? Where is your there? Is your there just saying, you know what? I'm struggling being a really great wife, maybe. I'm just going to just throw a few things out there, because I don't want to make it all about LifeVantage, okay? This is about LifeVantage, but I'll tell you what, I promise you this is going to go way beyond our business, whatever your business is. If you're not on LifeVantage on here, this is going to go way beyond your business. There is being a mom that is very present, that is very aware and alert. There is, what's another good there? I want to go there. I'm just blanking on a there. So, I'm done stressing over my messy house. I want to go there. I want to have it organized, tidy. That's me. I'm actually talking about myself there, honestly, when I'm looking around. I want to be a minimalist. I've been studying the minimalist. I'm heading towards the minimalist. Not that I'm going to live in a tiny house. I promise you, I won't live in a tiny house, but I'm going to the direction of study the minimalist. It's fascinating. That's me. I'm going there. Am I there? Not even close, but I'm going there. So I want us to think now, And how am I going to get there? Is that I'm going to have to live in that today. So I don't live in the future. I live in today, but I see myself as there. I look around and I visualize my house just totally being decluttered, and open a cupboard and have it just be more organized and decluttered, things that I don't use. I've already started in my wardrobe. I've gotten bags and bags and bags and bags and bags and bags of clothes out of my house. Woo! That feels so good. So I'm going there. So I want you to write, I can go there. And I want you to think about where there is for you. You choose it. There in business. I can go there. Right now, I can be a Pro 7 by Elite Academy. I can go there. I can go there. By the end of this year, my house will be organized, and I will be in that minimalist place that I visualize myself being. I can go there. And so wherever there is, I can have an awesome time that every day with my spouse, I'm going to make sure that we connect, because we just have not been connecting. So I am going there. I'm going to make sure that I connect with my children, connect with my spouse in a meaningful way every single day. I can go there. We can go there. There is a place, and you have to see it. So that's another thing. I'm just going to encourage you. Put that there, out there, and see what it is. Okay. Let me go fast forward here. While I'm doing that, I'm going to share a couple of my declarations this week. I'll share a little bit of just one of my stories that took place this week that was rather affirming. Like, you guys just had these super affirming things happen. This is how you know that something is shifting and changing. And one of my declarations and my I ams is that I say, and I had given you guys this one, and so I hope you have it on yours as well, is that I attract solid, hardworking business builders to my LifeVantage company. And that is one that I had written down. Another one, and then my other one was, I am so happy and grateful that people want to hear what I have to say and join my LifeVantage business. And so those are two that I say them, and I think I've got to the point where I believe it so much. I just look at people and I just wonder, are they joining my business today? Are you going to be the next one that joins my business? I mean, I am believing it so hard. It baffles me how hard I'm believing it. So I met with one of our local, it's the fastest growing gym in our whole area. It grew so fast that he had to burst out of his one building and get another building and split it up into two because it was so big. And they're not associated with any other company, and he never, that I know of, has wanted to. And I sat down with one of the two gym owners a week ago Friday, and he said, I'm in. This is the most exciting thing I think I have ever seen, and something that I can 100% stand behind. You need to meet with the nutritionist, their main nutrition guy, which is his business partner. And I met with him just on Friday, so just a couple days ago. And we sat down, had a 2-hour meeting, and he looked at me and he said, what you are saying is coming. And he went like this, right from here. He said, it's coming right from here. He said, I feel everything you are saying right now. And he said, I promise you, if you were talking from here right now, I'd be like, I'm not interested. But he'd already done some of the research on the science and the product and what it does and stuff. And so he'd already done a little bit of that. But there was something that was so powerful about my belief that was coming out of me that wasn't salesy. It wasn't, I don't think so anyway. He didn't seem to think it was, but there was such a belief that he had to tell me how much he felt it. And that they're signing up the gym, and then they're both signing up under the gym as two owners, and they're going to get all their trainers to sign up, and they're just all in. And I'm like, yes, that was the first of my declarations that a good, solid, influential and smart business builder is coming into my business. I'm like, oh, so my point was, that's exciting. Of course, I am excited about that. But the point was what he said to me about this was coming out. He said, it's coming right here out of you. And I feel it. He's like, I believe it. So there's something too, where when you come and you believe in something so passionately that it comes out. And that was, I just kind of looked and said, well, I do believe it. I'll tell you, I believe it with all my heart. Now I'm going to say something. I want you to write this down. And then we'll get close to wrapping up here. I don't have much else to say. I wanted to hear stories. I wanted to kind of just give us a little fluff and another boost of a run for the next few days, and just encourage and exhort you a little bit, and then we'll wrap it up. I want you to write this down. Be fascinated with who you are. That's an interesting thought, isn't it? Some people go, ugh, I am just so... Now listen, if any one of you for any 1 second had any thought when I said that, catch him. He's a thief. That thought is the thief. That thought, like, I'm not fascinated. I'm boring. You're just like, whatever, all right, whatever. I can't be fascinated with who I am. Shrug his shoulders. If you have any sense of that feeling that just came up when I said that, then you really need to be fascinated with who you are. And so that's how you catch the thief. The thief is to come up. He wants to come up out of that paradigm. He wants to grab that be fascinated with who you are and pull it right back down inside that ugly place that's down inside of you. That's what we're coming up against, is that when you're putting something down and you have that old feeling, that old thought, that old paradigm come up, snatch a hold of it, slam dunk right back into the pool of unbelief. And do you relate with that? Anybody? Has anybody never experienced that before? Well, I have. I'm talking about me. I've totally experienced that time and time again. So be fascinated with who you are, because I'm not kidding. You guys are freaking amazing. You are like such a perfect person, exactly who you are. There's like only one of you. There's only one of your sets of fingerprints. There's only one of your perfect eye print. I mean, you are like perfect. And that is exactly how God sees you, as absolutely perfect. And how do you see yourself? Be fascinated with who you are. And I want you just want you to believe that one. I want you to take that one for a couple days and just work on thinking about that one. So, and then there was one other thing that I remember. I think I said this on another Zoom as well. But it's sometimes we get into the mindset of what I want to say. What's the word? We try so hard. Like, I'm trying to do this. I'm just trying so hard to do all the things I'm supposed to do, and in following it all by the letter of the law. I'm trying so hard, and trying harder to do or be something is not the answer. Like, I'm going to try harder but to not be late everywhere I go. I mean, I just had this belief about myself that Becky is always late. Becky is always at least 5 or 10 minutes late. And so I'm just going to try harder to be on time. Well, the harder I try, then I'm still late. So there's something stuck in my paradigm about the clock or timing or whatever that I know it actually is a mindset shift. It's a habit for me that I've got to work on getting some out of me. That's just for example. So trying harder is not the answer. It really is the shifting of that belief that is inside, because when that belief is shifted, it's easy. What you are after is easy. Everything comes because it's who you are, and now you're living from that new place underneath, and that's where we're working on. So trying harder isn't necessarily the answer. It is truly mind shift. It's hot here today again, and I'm thirsty, so excuse me.
Becky, can you tell us that one declaration that you said that last one.
Absolutely. And you're so good at this, Amanda. You're good at being a scribe. So I'll want me to give you both of them. There was two of them.
Sure.
All right. I am so happy and grateful that people want to hear what I have to say and join my LifeVantage business. I am so happy and grateful that people want to hear what I have to say and join my LifeVantage business. And then I'll give you my other one. Did you get all that? Okay. And then the other one is, I attract solid, hardworking business builders to my LifeVantage business. I attract, that's a law of attraction. I attract solid, hardworking business builders to my LifeVantage. I think I said company. I did right, but you didn't say business company. Sorry. So was that the two you were wanting? Okay. I'll tell you what, those are my two favorite right now. I'll tell you, they're my two favorite. When you're on a hard run like we are, and you're going to be right now running, we need to think of another one, by the way. I was thinking about this today because we're about ready to go to, making appointments. Now I've got already 4 appointments lined up for this week. And tomorrow's my day I start calling for appointments. But I've been actually having appointments even in the midst of this without even really trying. They've been coming. So something's shifting and changing, and I'm not even on a conscious burst yet. But this week I'm going to be making the phone calls for August, but this week I already have 4 lined up, and it's just kind of happening. So this is the beauty of this. Life is going to really start happening when you start living from here. It's just going to start happening because you're believing it to happen. So it's beautiful to see what's happening. There's a lot of happening right now. Okay. Let's see. Where's what I did this last time is I put hearts next to everything I wanted to say because I love you guys so much. I have my little hearts. I don't need to say that one. Oh, okay. Last thought, and then we'll go. 6:58. Last thought. One last thought. People don't resist change. They resist being changed. I read that and I'm like, that's true. People don't resist change necessarily, but they resist being changed. And that's just, again, emphasizing the power of what that paradigm and that lockdown is all about. This is where we are actually changing because change is going to happen, but unless we are being changed, we're going to go right back to whatever was. It'll be like you'll pull, try, change. And if you're not changing the paradigm, you're going to go boink right back to where you were. That's what we've been doing all along. We just pull. I'm going to change. I'm going to change. I don't mind change. Boom. Back to where you were. Like, what in the world? That's what the paradigm is about. So people don't resist change. They resist being changed. And this is what this is all about, is getting down and changing it consistently all the time. How many of you were able to go back and watch even a couple more times that Ho'oponopono thing? Yeah, there is a lot more to that. Last night, they have one that you can listen to when you go to bed that lasts for 1 hour. And I put it in my ears, and for 1 hour, there's a soothing voice and music just saying it over and over and over again. I don't know what it did, but it was just soothing and magic to my soul. Brenda, who's is in here, I don't think she's on here tonight, she actually did a study and went way deep into the study of each one of those. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And I think the order is actually, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you. I don't think the order really matters, but there's a deep meaning behind each of those. So keep diving into that, because there's really something with that too, of just keeping our hearts clean and our hearts open as we're continuing to move forward. So I think with that, we're going to wrap up for the night. All these little beautiful quotes. I just have these little hearts next to quotes that are so good, but we can get another one. And just, we'll leave you with this. Remember, whatever you're thinking about, that's what you're attracting. So this is a huge part of this whole thing, that law of attraction. So that's why we're putting these thoughts into our heads, is to just this next week, over the next few days, when you're making a phone call, if we want to have because this is a week that we're supposed to be calling, for those of us that are going into our Zoom, we're picking up the phone, and you know what, maybe do the declaration 5 times. People want to hear what I have to say and join my LiveVantage business. Maybe it'll be a good time to say some of those before you're picking up the call. And, I know what I was going to say. To come up with a declaration about this next journey, what would be a good one? If you come up with a really good I am, or a good declaration about where we're going, let me know what it is. Because I'm just like, something like, I love making phone calls and setting appointments. I don't know. Who loves doing that? I don't. But maybe I need to change that one, So just stuff like that. If you guys come up with a couple good ones, let me know, because I need a little help on a couple of these going on into this journey. Or I am so happy and so grateful that my calendar is full. Maybe that's a good one. And, full of good, strong lead appointments. I am so happy and so grateful that my calendar is full of leads and appointments for the month of August, or something, Try to think of some more like that as we're heading into this, because now this is going to be where the focus is. This is what we've been doing this for, is this self-limiting belief, so we can go, this is what I was doing it for, was to get myself set up for this burst. And this is kind of where we came from. So having said that, anybody else have anything in their mind that we would love to share with the group before we sign off?
All I can say is that every single thing that has happened to me in the last 3 weeks has all been divine timing. Even as far down to as the sermon at church this morning was on character development and how it doesn't happen overnight. And that what you said, there was 2 things. The first thing was when you said you're selfish for doing, like you're kind of selfish for doing this. I used to say all the time that I was selfish for teaching my Zumba classes because I hate to exercise, so other people kept me motivated to go. And our pastor reconfirmed that leaders are actually selfish. And they do it selfishly, but they pour into other people because they need to hear it the most. Like a lot of times the leader is the person that needs to hear it the most. And then the second thing was that he talks about God giving us brings these things into our lives for a reason. And if we refuse to confront them, then he puts us back to where we were, until we're ready to deal with the issue he wants to confront. And it reminded me of your pull. You're right back where you started. Like everything that has been in my life in the last 2 or 3 weeks has just been all fitting together. It's incredible.
Yeah. Isn't this fun? I mean, the thing is, this is actually fun. It's fun because I'm doing it with you. I don't think I'd have so much fun if I didn't have you guys, honestly. I think you guys are what's making it fun, because we're kind of on this together, and we get this synergy of like, yeah, it's working. I mean, what if it didn't work? We'd all be going, this really sucks, man. My life isn't changing at all. And, that was dumb. Not said no one ever, this is really good. So anybody else, just any last thoughts why we throw out before I call it a night? I'm going to unmute everybody so we can just all share the love. Yes, I love you too, Lauren. Let's see. Let me where's my unmute? Unmute. Okay. Just a big old thank you. Share the love and have a great night, everybody. I am just falling in love with every
Thank you, Becky.
one of you.
Thank you, Becky.
Thank you, Becky.
You're welcome. Thank you,
Everybody. Every single person we rock.
Okay, look, this is so much fun. We'll talk about when our next one is. I don't have a plan at this point, so we'll just have to make a plan later, okay? It'll be in a few days, probably midweek.
Over and out.
Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.